In late 2020, I set out on a journey to PlateauSMP's world border on top of the nether roof. I conducted glide path experiments and research based upon which I calculated how many XP bottles I'd need to fly all the way. Eventually though, I did get bored and stopped playing for weeks. The whole thing dragged on for months, but I did stream the entire process. This was a really shitty time in my life though. I was mostly drunk or tweaking on stream, so I won't make this playlist public. Most of it in the end was just AFK walking anyways. But I did eventually get there. The longest stream was, I think, 37 hours. I couldn't even port that to YouTube at the time. It was just way too long. The thing is, I somehow bricked the server. I began to get rolled back a few tens of thousands of blocks at around 600k. And at the time I didn't think much of it. I do think I wrote a support ticket. Maybe that's what got it fixed. Maybe I didn't and it somehow fixed itself. The point is that after I got back, I realized that all my statistics, all my advancements, as well as map data was just completely gone. The maps were empty, all my statistics were reset to 0. Yeah, so basically 2 years of PlateauSMP history got completely lost and I went back to square one. This has been a source of extreme frustration to me for many years, but not anymore. I went through my old streams to by chance find a moment where I would have opened my statistics, and I did. So I got to work the following weekend. I went through my server files and found the exact statistics player data file matching my UUID, which was also by far the largest file. You can see it right here, that's what it looks like, and found the custom section. I think it's somewhere in the middle here, but I also do have a screenshot. So yeah, I found the custom section, created a calc file and put all these statistics in this column right here. Just copied and pasted them all in this file. Then one by one I wrote all my previous stats into a second column. This included converting display units into the actual units which are saved in the file, such as kilometers to centimeters and days to ticks by multiplying by 24 by 60 by 60 by 20. Then I added these two columns up to a third one labeled total right here, which now is pretty much the most accurate representation of my current general statistics. Those are only missing a couple of weeks of walking until the server would lose all my data. So then, one by one, I copied and pasted these into my local backup text file, marked a red checkbox, and just left out insignificant stats that have remained 0 since then anyways, so they hadn't been created as text yet. And I wasn't going to mess around with this file any more than I'd need to. Finally, I just copied this text and replaced the text in the live player data file on the server with it. This whole process took a couple of hours since I basically brute forced it, but now I'm done. So let's take a look. Alright, so I've bred just about 4,700 animals, opened 11,000 barrels, and damn, 68,000 chests. Okay, let's get to the interesting stuff. Climbed, crouched, fallen, sprinted. Okay, sprinted about 3,700 kilometers. Walked about 6,400. Probably since I walked most of the world border journey. Like, honestly, I walked like 70% of it. I walked underwater for 135 kilometers. No, that's on water. I walked underwater for about 340 kilometers and traveled just a little more than that per boat. Okay, so distance by elytra is interesting. Distance by elytra in centimeters exceeded Java's 32-bit integer limit and became negative. Let's just look right here. It should be about 27,400 kilometers. That's like 3/4 of the circumference of Earth, I think. Yeah, I like to fly. What can I say? It's the fastest travel method. Yeah, barely rode a minecart. Rode a pig for like 64 meters apparently. Opened 23,000 ender chests and caught about 16,000 fish. The 16,000 fish and the over 1.7 million tuned note blocks are probably because I used a lot of AFK fishing farms back like when these actually worked in 1.14, I think. Died 73 times. Is there anything here? Open a crafting table for about 11,000 times, and actually did use the furnace a lot more. Interacted with it about 19,000 times. Wow, I dropped about 124,000 items. That seems about right. Jumped over 1.3 million times. Killed pretty much exactly 357,000 mobs. I guess I haven't played a music disc since March 2021, so I didn't renew this stat. It wasn't written yet. Next interesting one, I guess, is opening a shulker box about 75,000 times. Honestly, like, shulker box is clean. Dude, I have no idea what the fuck that even means. Sneaked for about 2.6 days and talked to over 18,000 villagers. I've played about 172.14 days. Let's just calculate how much that is. Just over 4,130 hours. Though I have to stress that like at least half of that is probably AFK time, and like that's a generous estimate. Like I've pretty much only been AFK on the server for like the last three to 4 weeks, like mainly on this iron farm. Yeah, the time with World Open probably reflects like time like since everything was basically reset. Slept in a bed for about 5,640 times. And traded with 30,690 villagers. Let's just round that up. Yeah, I did a lot of villager trading. And yeah, that's it. All these stats aren't current. I mean, they haven't been added up yet, though I do plan on doing that, at least for these that you can see here, since these are the only ones that I actually do see on this little stream clip. But, well, yeah, the top stats are like the interesting ones. Alright, yeah, the mobs, I don't think I even opened these in stream, so I'm not going to be able to create current stats for these. But yeah, as I already mentioned, I do plan on adding up all the item stats, which is mined, broken, crafted, used, picked up, and dropped. I don't know when I'll do that, but I might make a follow-up video. Alright then, so thank you for watching.